I think we're going to go ahead and have our first speaker come up, Lauryn Darci.
Hi, nerds. There you go. There you go. Okay. Oh, my God. Okay. Here it. See how I do this? I wrote so many notes, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. So, my name is Lauryn Darci. I was a former cat owner of 2 black cats. And so I'm pretty familiar with what they're like and how they act. I'm also from New York City. I've been in Austin about 10 years. And I'm a metalhead, a real one. And so I have a show on the radio on KOP.org, 91.7 FM. It's called Search and Destroy. It's a heavy metal collective every Thursday at 3. So listen in. I also have a podcast on live music called Loud as Love, which you can find on the internet and Spotify if you have it. We talk about the experience of going to shows where it's like you don't have to be a musician. It's like, one time I took an edible and lost my grandfather at Fleetwood Mac. It's like one of those things. So anyhow, I wanted to talk to you about the importance of adoption in shelter cats, specifically black cat. I wanted to talk about how the stigmatism in pop culture makes them harder to find homes and makes them bizarre and peculiar. So I wanted to bring that to your attention and encourage it. Oh, am I doing this? Okay, all right. It's like, haha, no. Okay. So that's what that is. Okay. Oh. As a metalhead, people want to know what is the deal with metalheads and black cats? Why do we love them so much? Famous metalheads that own cats, period, the end. I wrote them down. Give me a minute. I wrote it down. Give me 1 second. Pretty. Well, anyhow. There are famous musicians that love cats, and they are Blasco, Sick Puppies, the band Mark Goodman has a cat named Carrie, the band Messers, Javier Contreras has Zeppelin, and then, there's a emo core band called Dance Gavin Dance. He has Arthur, the cat. So a lot of famous musicians go on tour, and dogs are, almost like children. They have a brain that is similar to a 3-year-old. Also, the reason that metalheads like cats is because we don't give a shit. I love you, but fuck off is a really relevant thing to metalheads. And so we're also in the same stereotype. We're often misunderstood based on reputation and based on stigmatism. And black cats to this day in 2023 do not get adopted because of that superstition. A mew for thought. Let's think of this as an idea and a way to be optimistic towards these animals. Let's erase the ideology from the Christian church that these creatures are cursed or possessed or shapeshifters as punishment. Why don't we use them as tools of magic and prosperity like other countries? Your life was already shit. Witches had familiars mainly because they were symbols of power. In the Middle Ages, a lot of these cats were hung with their owners. The bubonic plague killed about 75 to 200 million Europeans, and these black cats were hung as scapegoats to the plague. And so they blamed these cats. There were like too many black cats, the plague, the plague, the plague. And the plague went on, I'm too close to that mic. The plague went on for many years. And because there were no cats and they were all being hung, there was a rise in rodents. And so those rodents had fleas that took all of these people, kind of like the pandemic that just happened. It was much more severe. The cat Sith from Scottish folklore was very similar to the Egyptian theory that there was a guardian or deity that would take these souls of the dead to other worlds. This was a Scottish tale of the cat Sith, where if you took care of it and you left milk out, almost like milk and cookies for Santa Claus, it would bless you with good health and good luck. If you didn't, it would take your soul before the gods did and eat you. Because it was like, you know, you didn't give me what I wanted, you're done. Manga, give it up. Come on, yes, yes. Crunchyroll, yes. Okay. So this is the demon from the manga, The Witch's House. He is an example of really, I don't know, evil and manipulative cats. And it's kind of like being the owner of a cat. He follows this girl around named Ellen, and he manipulates her into killing people. So he can eat their souls. And that seems to be a common thing in pop culture, where these cats are possessed or evil and they consume. Sailor Moon, okay? That's a good one, a really good one. Black cats were considered familiars to many different mythical or witch women. Luna is no exception. Luna is the mentor and guardian to Sailor Moon. Her and her boyfriend Artemis kind of like co-parent teenage Sailor Moon. She was an advisor, she was a servant. Black cats in TV, film, and theater. Obviously, some of you know the creatures on this. There's Thackeray Binks from Hocus Pocus. He was a cursed boy that went to save his sister. Winifred Sanderson went after him and cursed him as a black cat. Gigi from Kiki's Delivery Service. Woo, yeah! Gigi would help Kiki deliver stuff. And when her broom broke, Gigi was there to kind of help. And then this is my favorite, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, which is a modern take on Sabrina the Teenage Witch, like the TV show. The reason I like this animal is because it's a demon and it doesn't talk. And one of the quotes is, "You called my name in the woods and I came." And he, through the entire episode, protects her, which signifies the positivity of black cats. And I want to encourage you to adopt these animals because they are good. In Japan, they would see and hope for black cats to come visit the theater as a sign of good luck and a great opening. Why is this adoption so important? Why should I care? What makes this matter? Each year, approximately 920,000 animals go into the shelter system in the US. 390 dogs and 530 cats. You can save a life for these cats. A lot of these cats have special needs. They're not pretty. They're older. They don't get adopted because they have bonded pairs. It's up to you to save them. My cat saved me. A lot of black cats get euthanized first because of lack of space and lack of resources. So my cats I got from APA in Austin, Texas. I got them for $6 each, mainly because it was right before Halloween and they wanted to prevent cats from getting injured or damaged during October, especially in the Bible Belt, because so many of these cats are killed just on biblical fear or, for lack of a better word, satanic sacrifice. So an example of satanic sacrifices, my 2 cats were talking to whatever was on the wall, and it was really awkward. So I met my match in these cats. It'll be a year without them. I went to APA to foster kittens. If you can't commit to an animal of any kind, fostering is often more needed in southern states than adoption. It's fun, it's temporary, and it kind of gives you a trial error with the animal, and so you can meet your own match. I met my 2 cats by going to pick up a foster cat, and I saw these 2 animals pacing in the cage. And I saw one that was very beautiful, and they were older. They were like a year and a half, which is not a kitten. And most people will prioritize kittens. And she was pacing and screaming, just screaming. And I was like, can I see her? And they were like, oh, she's been here the longest, almost a full year, because she's violent. I was like, cool. Let's go. I know the feeling. And so I went in there, and she sat on me, wouldn't let me pet her. She was really abused. And she sat on me, and she proceeded to fight every cat with her claws that went to sniff me in that cage. Nails was high in the shadows, in the trees, in the cat tree, literally talking to the wall. And she had this disfigurement from a fight. She used to be feral. And I went to talk to her, and she stopped and would look at me and go back to whatever she was talking to. I never believed in mythical animals. I never believed in spirit animals until I met them. Familiars are real. And I just can't encourage enough how important adoption in Austin is. That's Sylvia. Okay, budget friendly in 2023 is just not a thing. Depends on the cat. Okay, so conscience-wise, it is pretty much easier on you to adopt an animal from the shelter, especially a black cat, because if you get a pedigree, it's anywhere to $1,000. They're usually inbred. They're usually not well in health. Shelter cats are spayed. Shelter cats are checked on. Shelter cats usually have coupons or discounts to the vet when you first adopt them. So it is kind of savvy, and you are saving a life. So cats are good luck. Black cats were kept with sailors to keep the mice away from bay. And black cats in France were often called magician cats. If you fed them well and treated them with respect, they would give you power and good health. Cat owners are known to have, not me, but cat owners are known to have a lower stress level than dog owners. I don't believe that. And then also, cats of all colors get harmed closer to Halloween. They also get hung and killed, especially in the state of Texas. Sometimes they'll be shot and left for dead. There are so many shelters that are having a really hard time keeping these animals cool in the heat, especially with this heat advisory. So what you can do to help these animals is adopt, foster, donate. And if you can't do any of those things, just volunteer your time. A lot of the time, you can just walk in there and be like, hey, I'm available for an hour. I'm available for 30 minutes. I want to help feed the cats, or I want to help walk the black dogs, or I want to replenish the water. It's easy. You have time on your day off. It's worth it. %, which is good, that are adopted are black cats. Around 33% of those cats are entered into the shelter system. Black cats are 50% lower to get adopted and are 50% likely to be euthanized before they can find a home in the duration of time. Cream Egg is a senior, Mayra is Felvy. Both of them have waived adoption fees. And so it's a free cat. And it is going to provide a reasonable mystery to your life. Black cats are different. They have a sense of peculiarness that most cats don't have. Thank you, guys. Please adopt soon.
All right, y'all. So this is the... Hi there. Are we good? Okay. All right. So this is the point in the evening where you ask questions, I repeat the questions, and then Lauren answers. Thank you. Hello. All right, we've got a question. I'm excited. And just as a reminder, this isn't about you, this is about, the group. Remember, this is a time for questions, not position statements. All right, what you got?
Where in Texas have you found is the most dangerous spot for some of these cats, and why do you think that is?
Where in Texas is most dangerous for black cats, and why do we think that? What's it?
Okay. I think a lot of the rural areas and a lot of the areas where religion is truly authoritarian is where these cats would be damaged, where these cats would be neglected, especially because they're going to go for the biblical quest as opposed to trusting these animals as loyal companions.
All right, that was off to a good start. It's a sad question, but it was a good question. All right, so we've got questions over here. Okay, I want to just take the long way around Just all around the world. Okay.
Do you know? Oh, say hi to Twitch. Do you know? Do all black cats have yellow eyes? Are they yellow?
Do all black cats have yellow eyes?
No. No, they do not. Some have blue, like the front slide of the Gil Scott-Heron album that I put on, Secrets. That wasn't photoshopped. My cat had green, and then a lot of them do have yellow.
Excellent. All right, next up.
What metal album is your cat's favorite metal album?
Which metal album is your cat's favorite, or was your cat's favorite?
Sylvia loved Queen, and Nails loved Nine Inch Nails. That's what I named her after. Was that the question?
Yes,
That was it, okay.
you did great. All right, so let's see. What do we have here? Do we have anybody over here? Nope. Oh, yep, okay. What you got?
Can you or have you put together a playlist for all the best metal cat-loving songs?
Oh, good question. Can you or have you put together a list of songs for cat lovers, metalhead cat lovers?
Yes, I could absolutely do that. I don't have one on me, but I can recommend a few bands. Am I going to recommend them or no?
Do you want to?
I could.
All right, throw out your top three.
Okay. My top three would probably be Godflesh, Ludacra, and Ragana. I saw them all this weekend.
Okay, so that was Oblivion Access, right?
Huh?
At Oblivion Access?
Oh, yeah.
All right, cool. Excellent. All right, so we're going to keep an eye out for that playlist at some point. Excellent. All right, do we have any other questions for Lauryn? All right, well, in that case, let's give her a round of applause. Thank you so much.